what's a fun thought that's not going to keep you awake at night? Knowing how you're going to die on every single planet in our solar system. Meet Steven. He's going to be our victim. Test subject for today. Now, Steven, for the sake of this video, it doesn't matter if it's oxygen or hydrogen or whatever. This man can breathe in space. I know, one of a kind. I sure hope nothing happens to our Steven over here. Now, Steven, with the help of Elon, is in Mercury, the first planet in our solar system. It's dry and barren and has no atmosphere, so Steven is playing dodge or die right now. The best way that I can describe Mercury is that it's a bitch. In the morning, it'd burn alive because the temperature's over 800 Fahrenheit. Wait, no, I'm normal here. 430 degrees Celsius, that's much better. And then at night, it'd be negative 180 degrees. I know. I'm as confused as you are. But let me put on my smart glasses here, and I'm definitely not using Wikipedia for this, but it's because, remember, Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere. So it lost its, shield, the thick shield. So now the sun's rays are just going to hit the surface of the planet. So in the morning, it'd be super, super hot because the sun's there. But then when the sun goes away at night, there's no heat to trap in the atmosphere. So then it's going to be super duper cold. Venus, which is like a huge volcano. So Venus is quirky, so it spins backwards, which is called retrograde rotation. And when I first read it, I read it as renegade rotation, so that's how you know I'm cooks. Unlike Mercury, Venus has a thick and toxic atmosphere. And while I'm writing this, it almost sounds like a post-apocalyptic world. So the atmosphere is made out of carbon dioxide, with the clouds made out of sulfuric acid. And the pressure is so intense that it's equated to being 900 meters underwater on Earth. I feel like I need to start clarifying which planet I'm talking about. The temperature is at a steady 475 degrees everywhere. And if Steven spawned here, well, he'll be crushed within seconds by the pressure. But let's say Steven was prepared for that, and he built a suit that stops pressure or something. I'm not too sure where I'm going with this, but oh well. Well, then he'd dissolve in the acidic atmosphere, and then his little lumps of acidic remains would be burned alive. Earth. I don't know, TikTok will kill you. Mars, Elon Musk's baby at this point. It's dry and dusty, and it looks like the Grand Canyon on roids, except with a red rust color, which is from the iron oxide, if you wanted to know, or if you cared. So Steven wouldn't die here instantly, because remember, he can survive without lack of oxygen and pressure, but the negative 60 degrees would take him out. If not, then he'd probably be caught up in a dust storm. So he'd freeze to death, and then while he's frozen, little pebbles are going to hit his dead body over and over again. So honestly, out of all the planets, Mars isn't that bad. Unlike Jupiter, which has no solid surface because it's a gas planet made out of hydrogen and helium. So if you think about it, it has potential to be Galaxy Gas's next ambassador. So while Steven is falling into Jupiter, he's going to be pulled in, and that's because of the planet's massive gravity. So the increasing pressure would immediately crush his body, but remember, he can survive pressure-related death. But not radiation. Jupiter has the strongest magnetic field, so there's an intense radiation belt. Try explaining that to your doctor. If Steven somehow survives that, then he's definitely going to die from the 2400,000 degrees Celsius temperature. Saturn is also like Jupiter, since it's a gas giant, but the winds over there are crazy, reaching up to 1800 kilometers an hour, so Steven would be ripped apart from high winds. My favorite planet to say, Uranus. Which is, I'm not gonna laugh, which is the opposite of hot. It's cold. We're spicing it up here. So the atmosphere is made out of hydrogen, helium, and methane. So Steven here, he'd immediately die from the freezing cold, so the temperature is negative 224 degrees Celsius. And now, Neptune, which has supersonic winds instead of high winds. It's supersonic winds. Wow, we really upgraded here, reaching up to 2,400 kilometers an hour, and it's super cold too, negative 235 degrees Celsius. So Steven he'd freeze instantly, and then the winds would just rip apart his frozen body. And now, last but not least, Pluto. I'm just kidding. You're still not a real planet. Do you want Steven to be happy, especially after all the hell he just went through? Then please hit like and subscribe, or else I'm going to make sure that Steven goes through all of that all over again.